some organizations, some institutions that are just too big for a single interview. They need a show of their own. So we invented this thing called special editions. And tonight, I want to welcome back into the studio a gentleman who's had a couple of special editions already, but he's always ready for another. William Williams is... I call him a tonsorial artist extraordinaire. How you doing, William?
Very good, Philly. Thanks for having me back. I always love coming on with you.
I'm telling you, it's so exciting to see you back in the studio because you've
Thanks.
been out and about a while. You just came back from New York City.
Yeah, I took a few days in New York and did some work, and that was a lot of fun.
And we'll get into that a little bit more.
All
Let
right.
me introduce the other guests here, both of whom have been in the studio before. First of all, ANJELA PICCARD. How you doing, ANJELA?
Lovely, darling. How are you doing?
You're back in the house.
Of course.
And you do so many things. You know, you're a jeweler, you're an artist, you're an organizer, you're just all over the place. So I'm just going to call you Entrepreneur ANJELA, okay?
Totally
You're the
reasonable.
entrepreneur. And joining us, right in the middle, right across from me, with his camera on his own face, as always, is Francisco Medavog, fashion designer extraordinaire. You know, and welcome, Francisco. It's good to have you back in the studio.
Thanks for having me over
Again. It's always a pleasure. You know, before we get into a general conversation here, William, which I'll turn over to you, I just want to kind of put the point on who you guys are. You know, collectively, I've known you guys for years individually, but collectively, when you're together, you're a force unto itself. I mean, individually, you're each forces, but you are together are an extraordinary force. And I've decided to call you the Couture Commandos.
Ooh, fabulous.
The
The
Couture
Couture
Commandos.
Commandos.
And you want to know why? Because you guys are the shock troops in the ongoing redefinition of style, beginning in San Diego and then taking it to the rest of the world. You are leading the charge to change and to raise expectations about style in San Diego. And you do that in a in-your-face way, the three of you, in your own different ways. I don't mean aggressively in your face, but I mean in your face, because
In Francisco's case,
you're in my face all the time, because I'm constantly getting emails from you guys about what's happening. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. So welcome to the studio. And what do you think about that Couture Commando? What do you think? It's pretty good. Are you
Couture.
shock
I like
troops?
it. I like it.
I think
knew
it's,
you'd like
I've
it.
never heard about it before, so I think it's fabulous. I think it's innovative.
Couture Commandos.
And it's all about being innovative, no?
That's right.
To survive in the world of fashion, you have to be innovative.
My
That's
head
right.
right goes to short shorts, you know,
Oh, yeah.
camo, of course, and a lovely pair of fishnets. Sounds reasonable, yeah?
Is that what you're wearing tonight?
No, I'm wearing all black, dear. Put your
Oh,
head on.
Well, I'm going to put it under the table here so I can double check that. But is that what we need here to change style in San Diego? Is a shock and awe campaign to wean us away from beach culture, from lowbrow culture where people wear shorts to the theater and jumpsuits to dance performances and
I don't
jeans?
think we need to be anything other than San Diegans. San Diegans have beautiful style. Some women I know from San Diego, I've seen them stand next to royalty and look just as exquisite, if not to be the most exquisite in the room. San Diego is great style. Sometimes the only people that don't know it are San Diegans.
Well, style makes as style does, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a gorgeous style here. But we also have artists that do more than, you know, beach shoes and dresses and things like that. We have designers that make things that are one-of-a-kind, beautiful designer pieces. And that's why we wanted to bring Francisco in, because he really does make some incredible work. And I think he represents some of the talent that comes out of San Diego right now.
Francisco Medavog, always waving the camera around. Okay.
Always around his own.
And then this will all be on YouTube and
It'll
everywhere
be
else
on
in the
YouTube
world.
and the World Wide Web.
Later tonight, so be sure to... What is your website, by the way?
Actually, my website is down, but from now on I just Google me, because everything you want to find out on me, it's on Google. You don't really...
M-E-D-A-V-O-G, Medavog.
I know this is very silly, but I think that we live in a new era now, like in the past couple of years, where you actually do not need a www.medavog.com. I think everything is on Google. All you do is you Google and you find things on you. I think it's fabulous. What do you think?
Well, I think with this social network, like you're saying, we're all expanding. It's international, / it's free. So I think it's a beautiful tool for most of us.
Well, you guys are sure taking advantage of the social networking because, like I was saying when I said in your face, you're in my face all the time in front of my computer because it's emails, it's announcements, it's Facebook notifications.
As artists should do, darling.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
That's what it is. It's expression on every level. It's necessary and it's consistent.
Artist, heal thyself, I guess. But you know, William, this is your show tonight. Why did you decide to bring Francisco Medavog back to the studio?
I love these special editions. I love the opportunity with these special editions because I really love working with other artists in San Diego, working together as a collectively, and helping each other as much as possible. And I feel together is how we're going to be able to do things. And so I'd like to bring on artists that excite me, and I love their work. And they also have great stuff coming up because to be a fashion artist in San Diego, it's not like there's enough work to keep you employed. So you have to be creative here. You have to create your own events. You have to create your own shows. You have to, you know, kind of do for yourself in that way, in so many ways. And so they're not only just artists, but they're people doing charity work, you know, fashion shows, putting on shoots, you know, doing projects, shooting for magazines. And I know Francisco's got some stuff coming up soon, don't you?
Tell us more. Inquiring minds.
But I want to go back to your question about San Diego and why it's important that we still have beautiful beaches and people should still continue to wear shorts and people should be able to ride their bikes on the street, and because it is, after all, America's finest city. We live in a beautiful place, but us that we are in charge, we're the couture commandos. We're in charge now of San Diego. We're bringing the city alive. And before, it wasn't like this. It was not the city like people would go and party in downtown. You know, we talked about this before. And before, San Diego is becoming the mecca of fashion, music, and art. And it's pretty amazing what's going on right now. And I'm very happy and lucky that I'm alive. And I'm one of the hottest designers in San Diego.
And he won't hesitate to tell you.
No. Don't ask him twice.
We don't have to. You know? Once is enough.
Not to insult anybody, but I also think that we live in a city that people still need to wake up. So everything that I'm doing is still up in the air. And this is why I don't like, but I do have a lot of things that are coming up, but because they're still up in the air, I can't really say that I'm going to be part of Project Runway at the Say Hotel. I'm not sure if I'm going to be the top fashion designer for Bikini Week because they haven't asked me yet, but you know, people who are smart will say, you know, of course you are. But because I don't have the yes, I can't really talk about it. But I can talk about other things.
We got about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So anything that people can check you out at, you know, live show, anything like that.
I'm very excited that one of the top VJs in the world came from New York City. Her name is Ana Benedetto. She's a top VJ at Pasha in New York. You know, Pasha nightclubs in the world. They're the hottest clubs in the world. And the one in New York City, Anna, she's wearing my dresses. So I guess that's the most exciting thing that's happening to me right now. And then anything that...
Let's not forget June 4th.
June 4th,
June
of course,
4th.
it's my launching of my actual bikini couture collection. It's my kind of like a little taste, and you get to see it on the cover of the Goods magazine on the May issue. It's a tease to my show in June in La Jolla, and it's all under wraps. Like I said, everything is in the air.
June 4th. June 4th.
We'll be back to tease you with that. La Jolla should be a good time, puppy.
Okay, now we got about 30 seconds left in the segment here, so we're going to have to take it out. But, you know, Francisco, people should just Google Medavog, Medavog, and everything will come up.
Yes.
And this show is going to be uploaded on YouTube probably within an hour after the show is over, because I know how fast you are. That's how fast you are. But, William, we got about 11 seconds here.
I wanted to say there's
you.
plenty more coming. We're going to be talking to people from Art Meets Fashion and people from we have a couple great poets in the house from Train of Thought, and we're going to be talking to them in a little while.
Excellent. Well, Angela and William will be back, and